what are we ever going to do? Maybe write a cool song. So we did. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. Here's the deal. We got a special episode. I'm showing off one of my own songs today, but it's not just me because you know what? Collaboration is key. Hashtag. We preach it here every day, and all I've got to say is that after 3 years going on 4 on BandLab, I could not be happier with not only the response that y'all have shown to music that I release, but the content that we've been able to create because so many phenomenal artists exist on the BandLab platform. If you are just starting as an artist, you need to understand that not only is collaboration key, but you can get vibey. Anyone can make music. If you've got an idea in your head, a dream in your heart, or a song to show people, we can help you get there. Thank you so much for being a part of this BandLab Plus Coffee awesomeness that we have been trying to perform and hone in over time to find a unique idea, a unique brand, a unique way to say there are cool people out there making cool things. And what a better way than to live out our values with collaboration is key. So not only am I excited to bring you BandLab Plus Coffee featuring Streetlight Lullaby, which is a collaboration between GlassGarden, myself, and the verified BandLab artist Timmy Newboy, I am also excited to tell you that after over 110 episodes of BandLab Plus Coffee, we are partnering with IAMUR, which is Independent Artists and Undiscovered Records over on BandLab. If you are not following them, just go ahead and type in IAMUR_ONE, IAMUR_1, Independent Records. In fact, let's jump over to the lab. IAMUR Undiscovered Records right here on BandLab, repping 64.4 thousand followers, and the latest post on their feed, Ba-bow, a collaboration with DJTatious from 100 plus episodes of BandLab Plus Coffee. We're spotlighting the top 10 with a shared love for BandLab indie artists. IAMUR joins forces with, hey, that's me, I'm DJTatious, to amplify these gems. Dive in and discover the best of BLPC, hashtag top 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is an exclusive IAMUR Top 10 playlist, over 100 episodes of BandLab Plus Coffee, and we are bringing you the ones that made the most splash on the DJTatious YouTube channel in order of the amount of views that they got on YouTube. If you want to see yourself on one of these playlists in the future, make sure you're sharing and showing people your episode of BandLab Plus Coffee, not only to get BandLab Plus Coffee going, which would be great, but to get you out there, your networking. This is content that we are making for you to show off your music in this way. Number 1, we've got Plants Out My Window by Coco Bark. Number 2, we've got Fly With Me from Doink Boy. Number 3, we've got Taking Back What's Mine from Salvatore Color. Number 4, Never Say Never from Caius. Number 5, Under the Gun from GlassGarden, the verified Daltonius, and myself, DJTatious. Number 6, Let It Be, Stephanus Kevin. Number 7, Misfits from Lonely Witch as part of Starpath, the band. Number 8, Use Me by Samar Kalan. Number 9, Decline, which was Illusionist's Spring Fever victory track here on BandLab for BandLab contests, which you should be entering. And last but absolutely not least, we've got Gone Away from Scott, or Nainoa88, here on the lab, who is one of the most generous artists that you will ever meet. So please, I implore you, go to this playlist, like it, take a listen to these songs. These artists deserve your attention, and enjoy all of my commentary on Streetlight Lullaby coming up next. It's time
to wake up, wind up, and cue up with another excellent BandLab track.
Streetlight Lullaby over here on the lab. It was released under my name, under @DJTatious, but this is a collaborative project between Timmy Newboy, GlassGarden, and myself. And here's how it works. GlassGarden comes to me one day and he goes, man, I'm working this track for this guy who wanted a full pop production from scratch, but he ghosted me. And I'm like, oh man, that stinks. I'm so sorry. And while I was sorry, I had heard the track and was like, oh, so sad. Oh no, what are we ever going to do? Maybe write a cool song. So we did. And he handed me this track. He's like, I don't want it to go to waste. You use it. So I took it and I started with this concept of what does the end of summer look like? And I thought back on a very specific memory that I'm going to give you a story time for. When I was younger, and so as a teenager, when I was younger, we lived in a place called Monroe, Washington. Monroe, Washington was a smaller town at the time. But in high school, we used to hang out in the neighborhoods after dark. Nothing nefarious. We were literally just standing around chatting. But one thing that was very distinct in my memory was up on this place called Robin Hood Hill or Robin Hood Lane. There was no real light save for one street light. And we had some of the greatest conversations as teenagers walking around this one street light. We even went so far as to think we were cool enough to take pictures with fake samurai swords in the one street light on our SD 1 megapixel flip phone cameras. Man, were we cool. This streetlight stuck out to me in my mind. And when GlassGarden showed me this pop track, I couldn't help but think of that streetlight and think of, man, every time summer would come to an end, we would find ourselves walking in the evening, enjoying the last remnants of warmth before the Washington rain and cold set in. And this streetlight was just always there in my memories. So in this song, I actually wrote it as a love letter to the season of summer. However, we are creating the personification of summer as if she is summer. So I am telling her in the verse, by the glow of the streetlight, I took your hand and you started to cry. I didn't realize that this was the end for you and I, that summer was coming to an end. You called and I came. I was staring down the barrel of a loaded moment. You all know, maybe you don't, but there's so much tension in teenage moments. Summer changes everything. Right, High School Musical? I know you know. Staring down the barrel of a loaded moment. I pulled the trigger on it. Light a fire inside my eyes and pull me close to you one more time by the glow of the street light. Your beating heart is my lullaby. This urgency is me hypnotized, and I know I can't stop time, but this is the sweetest goodbye. That chorus says everything that I feel about the end of summer. I am a summer person. I love warm weather. I love the prospects of summer. Everyone just seems happier during the summer, and this chorus is my jam. This is my feelings put into this song. When we come to the bridge, listen closely, because what you're going to hear is you're going to hear the Angels and Airwaves album, the song titles from this Angels and Airwaves album that I absolutely loved and was part of my every summer during this time in my life. So I incorporated one of my favorite songs, Everything's Magic by Angels and Airwaves. The album's called IAMUR. And then I tried to add as many song titles as I could from that album. Just Breathe, Lifeline, Jumping Rooftops, Heaven, True Love. And then we go into this more punk pop vibe. And then when we get to the last chorus, you're going to hear GlassGarden go off and hit notes that just turn this from a great pop song into a next level. Oh, I got some GlassGarden vocals on this song. I don't want to say anything about Timmy Newboy's verse 2 yet. I'm going to let you listen to it. Just under 1,000 plays in under 1 week. You guys are crushing it. Please, if you like this song, share it. Let other people know. It will be on streaming platforms at the end of September. 172 likes already, 976 plays. Don't forget to follow DJTatious, GlassGarden, who just hit 1,000 followers. Congratulations, buddy. And Timmy Newboy. This is the sound of summer. We wanted to capture one of those butterfly-inducing moments where everything feels so big and powerful. A new original pop song from the BandLab artist DJTatious, GlassGarden, and featuring Timmy Newboy. Let's take a listen. That intro was, we finished the song, and then we just took the first note of it, flipped it, and swelled it in with reverb. Cool trick.
By the glow of the streetlight, I took your hand and you started to cry. I didn't realize it was the end for
It's GlassGarden on those background vocals.
you. Called and I came. I was staring down the barrel of a loaded moment.
Very intentional guitars in the background.
Run it. Light a fire inside my eyes. Pull me close to you one more time by the glow of the streetlight.
That piano twinkling away.
Beating heart is my lullaby. This urgency has me hypnotized.
GlassGarden on those backgrounds again.
I can't stop time. This
All right.
is the sweetest goodbye.
You'll hear we automate the reverb and the delay throughout the song to keep it from getting too built up in places. Here comes Timmy Newboy. He just brings this smooth flow to the track. So smooth. That is professionalism right there. I always recommend working with Timmy Newboy. You're going to get this quality every time. We went hard auto-tune on the Give Me a Reason to Cry to give you something different to listen to, but also because at this point in time in my life, T-Pain and hard auto-tune artists were incredibly prevalent. And so I wanted to make sure that that part of that past was in there. I'm Not Alright. Angels and Airwaves, IAMUR lyrics.
Tried to tell me it would be magic. Now you're leaving. Everything's tragic. So just breathe. I need a lifeline. Jumping rooftops.
Now we're going to jump into the pop punk aspect of it. The build up to the main chorus, or the big chorus.
Light a fire inside my eyes. Pull me close to you one more time by the glow.
Money Note from GlassGarden, here we go. That, my friends, is Streetlight Lullaby. And now you know the story. You know why it's so important to me, where it came from, why we would ask a professional like Timmy Newboy to jump on the track for verse 2. because this song, while it is a pop song, that Streetlight feel really needed some of that R&B smooth vocal to complement the punk pop sensibilities that Glass and I like to bring to our music. So this way we didn't take it too far off of that path. You'll see the dynamic waveform here. That was all really intentional as well. We wanted to give you ups and downs, and we wanted it to be a roller coaster, a really good emotional roller coaster. This track is very important to me for a lot of reasons, which most of them I have mentioned, but two things I love and one thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is the hard auto-tune and in the Give Me a Reason to Cry and the I'm Not Alrights. So if we jump over here to the first chorus.
Sweetest goodbye. Not alright. I'm not alright. Baby, do you?
What you're going to hear there is not only do we put hard auto-tune on that, but when I sent this version of this mix over to GlassGarden, I said, hey, I think I'm going to, he said, hey, rather, I really like that hard auto-tune where everything else is crisp. There's not really a lot of auto-tune happening anywhere else, but the auto-tune is so important. It sets that apart from the rest of the track and gives you something to kind of focus in on, a little ear candy for you. But on top of that, he goes, what if you put like a bit crush on there or like an overdrive? What if you just made it nasty? And so I experimented with a few things. And if you listen really closely, you can hear that there is intentional distortion on that part of the track as well. Almost like a digital distortion. So that's one of my favorite parts of the entire track. That's one thing that I love. The second thing I love is obviously this final chorus. This thing just soars. We went all out. And if you want some mixing playbook tricks, you'll notice the waveform is super intentional. The volume on everything needs to be just right. But then I take the choruses and I intentionally just bump the decibel level slightly. So the chorus doesn't just feel louder, it is louder. And that's super intentional, especially on this last chorus where I think I bumped everything up like 1.5 decibels. So it just is louder. If we listen to the second chorus, which is a relatively loud chorus, and then we click right over, it is noticeably louder, but not so noticeably louder that you're like, this doesn't belong here. So this last chorus money note is my second thing I love.
Magic the fun, it isn't winter yet, and it's just you and me. Come on, summer, make one more memory. Light a fire inside my eyes. Pull me close to you one more time.
Right here, GlassGarden, do your thing.
Of the streetlight. Give me your reason to cry. Beating heart is my lullaby. This urgency is me hypnotized.
Yes, that's what pop and punk pop is all about. That marriage of sounds. And in punk pop music, oftentimes at the end of the song or somewhere in the song, you're going to get either a money note or some kind of processing that didn't happen anywhere else in the song that makes it super special. And this is our moment on this track where Glass just throws the tension in his voice and puts it way up into the stratosphere. Tons of energy, tons of tension. It is tons of fun. And it is the second thing I love. If there's one thing I could change about this track, it would be that I am a songwriter and I'll float my own boat here. I'm a decent vocalist. I am by no means a professional vocalist, but I'm a decent vocalist. The one thing that I would change about this track is I would like to find a really full sounding vocalist for this track. So not just anyone would work. And to be completely honest with you, I don't really have an idea of who that is. I didn't write this with anyone specifically in mind, though I could tell you that most of my pop punk influences might actually be a tad on the high end for a track like this, and I would want something thicker. So whether that's like a Ryan Tedder from One Republic, who has more of that warmth in his voice when he sings, or the way that he puts together his tracks. But I think I could also see a William Ryan Key. Is it Ryan William Key, the lead singer of Yellowcard? I think I could also see Yellowcard doing a track like this, although his voice is a little bit more tense and up here, as opposed to Ryan Tedder, who's a little bit further over here. I think this would be a phenomenal One Republic song or a phenomenal Yellowcard song. I could even see this being right up Maroon 5's alley, but Adam Levine's voice is not what I picture on this, but I do feel like I've heard enough Maroon 5 tracks that take this route that they could make it something special. So if there's one thing I want more of, I would just want a different vocalist other than myself with more warmth doing this track. I really love writing these songs, and I love featuring on all of y'all's music and singing vocals and auto-tuning my voice. I love all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a songwriter first and foremost. And so oftentimes I'll write my songs with other people in mind. Fun fact, I write a lot of my music with Chad Kroeger in mind, Nickelback. So take that for what it's worth, but Nickelback is GOAT. Thank you guys so much for listening to Streetlight Lullaby with me. Make sure that you head on over and listen to it yourself. Pop in a good pair of headphones, crank it up, but not too high. I didn't tell you to do that. And make sure you follow GlassGarden and Timmy Newboy for sure. Congratulations, Glass, again on just hitting 1,000 followers. You can also follow DJTatious here on BandLab or over on YouTube or wherever you choose to consume your social media. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for listening to my story, listening to the kind of love that I put into my music like this, whether it's a song with Glass, a song with Gramo, a song with Neon Shadowworks, a song with All Tunes, whoever I'm collaborating with, you can bet that there is a story behind the vocals, an idea in my head, something in my imagination that has told me to do what I did. I can't wait to hang out with you guys next time and feature another great artist here on BandLab Plus Coffee. So have a good day.